from the anchor investors. So Dr.Lal's Path Labs has raised about 191 crore at the upper end of the price band at 550, while Alkem has raised 395 crores at the upper end of the price band at 1050. Surajit Pal, the pharma analyst at Prabhudas Lilladher, now joins in. Hi Surajit, thanks so much for joining in. First, let me start with Alkem, fourth or fifth largest player in the domestic market by sales. If let's assume that it gets subscribed at 1050, do you see a lot of upside in the stock? What would be your fair value?
See, what I see is that, if you look at the annualization of their first half performance, I think you will get around 14.5 times of FY16 earnings. So, given their lower ROE, ROC vis-a-vis the peers, and as well as sudden jump in EBITDA, which I should reduce down to the level of, say, 17 to 18% vis-a-vis the 21% which has published in first half. So I think it should be traded 1 year forward of roughly around 8 times. So from that perspective, definitely it is much cheaper vis-a-vis the peers. And that is where the basic, juice left for the investors.
Surajit, I'm sorry I missed those numbers. What is the FY15 earnings and what is the EPS you are expecting for 16 and 17?
The difference between FY15 and 16 is that, first of all, their growth, which they have shown in first half, were tremendous, and as well as their margin. Their margin typically, if you see last 3-4 years of 12 to 13%, and they have reported around 21%. So if I do some adjustment, then it comes around 17 to 18%, which I believe is sustainable for the company given their prominence in domestic market. So that gives you around 14.5 times of FY16 earnings.
Okay.
So considering that it's trading at a valuation discount to peers like Torrent Pharma and IPOs Laboratories, do you see the valuations going up for Alkem Laboratories once it gets listed and sees a lot of trading interest? Will there be a re-rating of sorts just purely because on account of the valuations being lower?
Yes, I think definitely it will go to that level, to the peers, which is, it could be less than peers because peers has better ROE and ROC rate, whereas this guy has much lower. Plus, this guy doesn't have much of presence in key products in US or other regulated markets. So that could be disadvantage for them, but it will be set.
Actually, we're only 2 minutes for the stock to get listed probably. Tell us about Lal Path Labs as well. How do you expect that to list and what's your recommendation?
I will not comment on what price it will be listed, but there is a huge interest for the company, and I would say that justifiable too, because I think this is the only sector left in the whole pharma space or healthcare space, which is, you can say, sunrise sector. There is enough opportunity for pie to expand further, much further than what it is. So even if 3-4 guys of with national chain business comes, it will not impact anybody's business either. So it is like healthcare, and this is also, I think, pretty much a sunrise sector. Okay,
so Surajit, if someone had money to put in only one of the IPOs, which one would it be? Dr.Lal's or would it be Alkem?
If you want to ask me quality-wise, I would say Dr.Lal, management, their earnings, everything is fine. Growth possibility huge, but the point is that given the small size, I may not, most likely I will not get any allotment. On the other hand, Alkem, I will get a better allotment possibility. And second thing is that I will get the initial chances of, re-rating of their earnings.
But both have a very low float, isn't it? Even in Alkem, it's only 4% that's going to be sold out by the promoters. So low float will keep the prices high?
That is also another reason for an investor to buy the counter, because lesser the float, more the price rise happens.
Okay. What's the kind of growth trajectory you have for Lal Path Labs, EPS growth and therefore valuations?
I think top line growth, they could get easily 20-25%. Bottom line growth could be 18 to 20%, given the fact that they continues to grow and they need to spend a lot of money on central and eastern part of the country.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Surajit Pal, thank you very much for joining us with your recommendation on both those stocks, Alkem and Lal Path Labs.